first, and today I'm reviewing Timestorm the podcast. I like Timestorm because it's a very interesting podcast series. It has a very unique storyline for something you can't see and only hear. I also like how it's different from movies or cartoons and TV shows because it's a podcast, so you have to develop your listening skills and create the scenes in your mind, which is why I like it so much. This podcast is about a named man Horacio who finds two cousins named Alexa and Beni Ventura, I think I'm saying that right. He teleports them to the Timestorm, a place where they're not on planet Earth, but they're in time. They start to learn about why they were brought there in the first place. Once they learn, they had to wait till the right moment in time. And they found out when it was right because Hurricane Maria came. Hurricane Maria was the hurricane that devastated the island of Puerto Rico in September of 2017. When the hurricane came, they went to the Timestorm to start their mission. They were given clothes to fit the timeline that they were going to. Horacio told them not to mess with anything because it'll change the time and present. If you want to hear the rest, go listen to the podcast to know what happens next. My favorite episode is number 3 because it starts to cover cool things about the Timestorm. They go into the Timestorm and learn about their clothes. It has superpowers and they can speak any language with their clothes. My favorite character is Beni because he's just like me. He's a gamer, he loves books, kind of like me, I'm a nerd, and he thinks everything's an adventure. This podcast has 20 episodes. Each are approximately 15 to 30 minutes, which is the perfect amount of a time for an episode. The voiceovers are amazing, and each voice fits each character perfectly. Which is interesting about the podcast is that it's sound only. So it's not just a cartoon, it's sound, so you need to really know what it's about, and I just love that so much. And it's such an original high quality to the point that you can imagine the scenario like you're watching it on a movie screen. The moral of this podcast is you can't always be the hero because Alexia and Beni wanted to help the world from the storm, but then they realized they can't stop storms. They wanted to change the world, but if they did, it would mess with history and possibly ruin the world. It taught him not everyone can be a hero or help people. Just do your best on helping like they did. I give Timestorm Podcast 5 out of 5 stars and recommend it ages 8 to 18 plus adults will enjoy this podcast with their kids as well. Timestorm and other podcasts are available now at www.trax.fm. This is Ethan Person with Kids First signing off. Goodbye.